Welcome to the installation of the motorized shutter kit. Before you begin, lay out and inventory the parts to assure that your shipment is complete. Refer to the pictorial parts guide located in the printed instructions for the details. Begin by measuring your shutter. Based on those dimensions, determine where you can position the shutter in the end frame. Place the shutter where the swinging or sliding doors will not block or interfere with the shutter operation when doors open. Using 2" by 4" dimensional lumber, measure and cut the required framework. Fit the framing between the hat channel and the end wall panels. Square, level, and fasten the frame to the wall girt using wood screws or similar fasteners. Use angle brackets to secure cross bracing and check to ensure alignment as you go. After attaching the shutter frame to the end wall frame, dry fit the shutter and adjust the frame as needed to achieve the best fit. Next, remove the polycarbonate material from the area where the shutter assembly will be installed. In this example, aluminum U-channel is used to finish the edges of the polycarbonate panels. After verifying the shutter fits the framed opening, install and attach the U-channel to the framing. Finally, attach the shutter assembly to the finished opening. With the shutter in place, attach the motor mount bracket. View the printed instructions to properly position the bracket. Attach additional framing to the end wall if needed. Once you have attached the motor mount bracket, use the 4 hex head flange screws to secure the motor to the bracket. Next, attach the motor arm to the motor shaft. First, align the motor arm set screws with the flat sides of the motor shaft, slide arm into place, and tighten set screws to secure the motor arm. Refer to the printed instructions for details if needed. Once you have tightened the screws, carefully rotate the motor arm to the vertical position. During this step, you will feel slight resistance from the internal motor parts and will hear the gears as they rotate. This is normal. Using a 1/8" drill bit, drill a hole through the shutter frame 1/2 inches over the edge of the shutter vane and 1/4 up from the inside edge of the shutter. Consult the printed instructions if needed. Hook one end of the return spring into the drilled hole on the other end around the rivet and spacer for the third louver from the top. Insert an S-hook into the first hole below the return spring and another to the top hole in the motor arm. Then connect the chain to both S-hooks, leaving a slight amount of slack in the chain. Trim away the extra chain and secure chain by closing S-hooks with pliers. Finally, contact a qualified electrician to properly connect the motor to power. Remember, when power is supplied, the motor will open the shutters. When power is turned off, the shutter spring or springs will close the shutter. The motor will hum during the operation and will remain humming when the shutter is to the open position. This is normal. Check for clearance and proper operation. Adjust the chain as needed. For further instructions, consult the printed instructions.